Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be going through my top 25 favorite coasters of summer of 2021. We're currently midway through the year, a little bit more past the midway, we're about 7 months into the year, but I want to give you guys my current top 25 so far this year. So yeah, we're going to go through some things before we get into it. What am I looking at roller coasters? I personally look for airtime machines or great intensity like on B&M Invert. So yeah, you'll see a mix of positive G-force, insane roller coasters, and some amazing airtime machines. And also, I will be going through these coasters very fast, so if you guys are interested in full in-depth reviews, most of the coasters on this list do have reviews, and I am planning to make reviews on coasters on the list I have yet to make reviews on. So yeah, let's get started, but before we get started actually really quickly, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. So now let's get started. Number 25 is going to go to Racer 75 from King's Dominion. Racer, I don't even know what to say about it. It has so much fun pops of airtime. It has some great, it's smooth, it has pops of airtime. Like every Trexway Gravity Group this past off-season. What do you expect? Gravity Groups are absolutely amazing. It has good pops of airtime, and I heard Racer at Kings Island also got retracked. And it has fun pops of airtime. It really does, and I do recommend whenever you go to King's Dominion. Definitely going to be a must ride for me every year. Number 24 is going to be Verbolten from Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. I gotta say one thing, I was fairly impressed by Verbolten. I thought Verbolten was going to be a family coaster that was not going to be in my top 25. But look what happened, it's in my top 25 and I absolutely love it. It is such a fun ride. I really appreciate the indoor section on how amazing it is, and it's a fun part of the ride. The ride in general is fun. The only complaint I do have with Verbolten, sadly, is there is a very noticeable rattle towards the end of the ride, which kind of sucks, but it doesn't fully take away from the ride. Number 23 is going to Invader from Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. This GCI is a very fun ride. I do slightly prefer it over Verbolten because it has pops of ejector and floater airtime. Very fun ride in general. For a family coaster, I felt it was a bit aggressive for a family coaster. The very fun woody, and definitely is a must ride when you go to Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. But coming out the number 22 spot is Manta from Seaworld Orlando. This B&M flyer is amazing. This ride has to be, if not one of the best flying coasters out there. It might not be the intensity of Flying Dragon, or Flying Dinosaur, or Tatsu, but it is very fun. The setting is absolutely amazing. The pretzel loop is still rip your face off intense. The rest of the ride has some great graceful inversions and elements. It is really fun. Definitely has a great mixture of both types of elements. Number 21 will be going to Griffin. Griffin, I'm going to say one thing. Griffin is a fun ride. It has some great inversions, great airtime moments. You can't talk about the drop. The drops are absolutely amazing. With the old school B&M over-the-shoulder restraints, the drops are like, give insane airtime. But just one spot ahead of it is actually the other sister dive coaster at Busch Gardens Tampa, which is SheiKra from Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. SheiKra, let's talk about this ride real quick. SheiKra is just slightly better than Griffin. I like these two dive coasters equally. Even after almost 12 rides on Griffin, I still can't see to be like the differences between the two, so that's why they're one spot apart. SheiKra has some amazing airtime moments like Griffin, and I think what makes this ride better for me is the setting. I think the setting is a lot better, and it's definitely a must ride for me. Number 19 is the one and only Batman the Ride clone from Six Flags Parks and really everywhere in the world. Specifically, the one from Six Flags Great Adventure. Great Adventure's Batman clone is super intense. I don't think it was running the fastest on the day that I went, so next time I do ride it in like 2 weeks, I think, not even 2 weeks, I will be able to ride it on a warm day to where it should be warmed up and all that. It's still a really intense ride, and it definitely deserves a spot in my top 20. So yeah, that was Batman the Ride. Number 18 is a surprise Hydrus from Casino Pier. I thought it was going to be a fun ride. I knew when I first rode it would be top 25, but I don't think it would have been still my top 25. This ride impressed me. The drop is absolutely amazing. The vertical loop is insanely intense. And the Heartline roll is very smooth with hang time. I'm surprised how smooth the ride is for being right on the beach and the ocean. Very fun ride, and definitely is a must do when I do get back out to Casino Pier. Number 17 goes to the one and only Dominator from King's Dominion, and also formerly operated at Geauga Lake. Dominator is a fun four-wheels coaster with plenty of great elements. I was surprised on how intense this ride is. This ride is a very intense roller coaster. It's a very fun ride, and it's smooth, and it's really good for being a relocated coaster. King's Dominion definitely deserved this ride. And yep, number 16 actually goes to another roller coaster, a four-wheels coaster, Bizarro from Six Flags Great Adventure. Bizarro, Very fun ride. Bizarro is super smooth. Once again, like Dominator, has some great inversions. I do slightly prefer Bizarro over Dominator just because the inversions. The inversions are definitely what takes Bizarro. Bizarro has inversions, like basically one after the other. It's very fun. Number 15 is going to a classic ride, or not classic, but one of my favorite rides out there, Cheetah Hunt from Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. This might not be the most thrilling roller coaster out there, but let me tell you one thing, this ride is super fun, and my recent front row and back row rides on this sucker are absolutely amazing. I gotta say one thing, the airtime on this ride is underrated, and if you can get past the shoulder harnesses, oh man, the ride is absolutely great, and it's a fun family coaster. Coming to the number 14 spot is a ride that has got mixed emotions with me, Kraken from Seaworld Orlando. I used to think Bizarro was better than Kraken. Actually, at one point, Kraken was my least favorite four-wheel coaster, but my most recent ride was super smooth and fun. And yeah, I think the inversions are great. The Cobra Roll is really great, and you know what? I really have to give the second half of the ride to read the reason why I personally prefer this one over the other four-wheel coasters. The second half is by far one of the most unique second halves. It has another vertical loop. It's the only four-wheel coaster out there with one. But coming at the number 13 spot is a controversial opinion. Oh, what is it? Mind Blower from Fun Spot Kissimmee. Yeah, I know, controversial opinions, but Mind Blower is a super fun roller coaster. It has everything I love in them. It has inversions, some good positives, insane ejector airtime. This thing is an absolute airtime machine. I do have to say, I think it's one of the best airtime machines in the state of Florida until Iron Gwazi opens. If not, it may just be the best airtime machine in the state. So coming at the number 12 spot is Incredible Hulk Coaster from Islands of Adventure in Universal Studios. Incredible Hulk is one amazing roller coaster. It is one of two B&M sit-down loopers I've ridden. It's super fun. This ride pulls some amazing positive G-force. I do say the first half is what really makes Hulk. The second half isn't really much, but the music that is played on this ride is absolutely amazing. But coming in at the number 11 spot, we have ourselves Alpine Geist from Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Alpine Geist is one word. Awesome. Actually, no, it's kind of is two words. Awesome and intense. Alpine Geist is one of the best settings on a B&M invert, and it's super fun. I think the only thing I have to complain about is how hard the mid-course brake run trims, and how the Cobra Roll can be a bit rough at some points. But that's really all I have to complain about. Kicking off the top 10, we have ourselves Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. Hagrid's, okay, this ride is flat out amazing. It is one of the most themed and experienced rides out there. It is so much fun, and the experience on it is like something I will never forget. Hagrid's has so many awesome elements. It has a switch track, a drop track. What can you expect more of a roller coaster? It may be a family coaster, but one heck of a family coaster, and that's why I absolutely love Hagrid's. But coming at the number 9 spot, we have ourselves Nitro from Six Flags Great Adventure. This B&M Hyper, very fun ride. I gotta say one thing. Despite it may be an older Hyper, it's still really fun. It still gives some really good pops of airtime. And I gotta say one thing. I really appreciate the long ride, and the second half is very unique. A lot of quick little bunny hills in that second half. The double helix upwards is very intense, and I love it. I only got 2 rides on this ride, but both rides are absolutely amazing. It secures a spot in my top 10 still after a year after riding it. But coming at the number 8 spot, it's one of my newer credits on the list, which is Apollo's Chariot from Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Apollo's Chariot, very fun ride. I love it. It has some great airtime. I do slightly prefer this over Nitro just because of its setting. It has such an amazing terrain setting, and the airtime is really good. Very fun ride overall in general. But coming at the number 7 spot, we have ourselves Kumba from Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. One word, intensity. This ride is a monster intense coaster. It's filled with positive G-force all over, and you can never stop feeling it. It is so much fun, very smooth for almost being 30 years old, and it's a super fun ride. Definitely a ride that you have to ride at Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. But just coming up one spot is my favorite coaster at Busch Gardens, which is Manta, the B&M invert at the park. Manta, one word, absolutely amazing. And I know that was 2 words, but who cares? Manta is amazing. It has so many great elements. It has the amazing Batwing that the only other invert has is Afterburn. It is super intense. The setting is absolutely amazing. I love how it dives into trenches. It is a really fun invert altogether. Definitely a must-do when you go to Busch Gardens Tampa. We come into number 5 spot. We have ourselves Mako from Seaworld Orlando. Mako is a super fun roller coaster. This Hyper is my favorite B&M Hyper. It has some amazing airtime. It has some of the best elements on a Hyper. The airtime by far has the strongest out of the 3 Hypers I've ridden, and definitely is a must-do when you're in the Orlando area. Really, all the Seaworld coasters are a must-do when you're in the area. Seaworld in general has an amazing collection of roller coasters. Now, this is a really fun one and definitely is a must-do every time I go to Seaworld. But coming at the number 4 spot, we have Twisted Timbers, the only RMC that I've ridden, and it's in my top 5. Twisted Timbers is one amazing ride. This sucker is an airtime machine with plenty of inversions, great airtime moments, and one amazing drop. I love the airtime in this ride, and I can never get enough. I wish I had an RMC that's open at my home park, but currently I do not. But coming at the number 3 spot is a one and only El Toro from Six Flags Great Adventure. Out of my 3 rides on this coaster currently, El Toro is fantastic. It used to be my number 1. Number 3, still really good. But El Toro is one amazing ride. It has the 2 amazing camelbacks. The drop is like the best drop still on a roller coaster. My personal favorite part of the ride, if you guys watched my top 25 from last year, you guys will know it was the Rolling Thunder Hill, and I still think that, even though the 2 amazing camelbacks are still amazing. Number 2 is Intimidator 305 from King's Dominion. This ride surprised me. I thought I wasn't going to like it better than El Toro or Twisted Timbers, but apparently, I guess I do. I love this ride so much. I love the intense blackout turn before the massive airtime hill over the left, under the lift. It's so fun. It's intense, it's fast. I love the fast-paced transitions that this ride has to offer. In general, Intimidator 305 has some of the best transitions on a roller coaster. I absolutely love some of these transitions. But the number 1 coaster is going to the Lossy Coaster. Oh man, this coaster, I didn't even know how to comprehend this ride on the first ride. In my most recent night ride, being a front row ride, I don't even know. I still don't understand how this ride is this good. This ride gives some amazing airtime, the inversions are great, and the whole ride in general is just amazing. Going through a raptor paddock, what the heck? You're going through a raptor paddock. It is so amazing. I love how this ride is. And in general, if you're in Orlando in general, you gotta get out here and ride this ride. This ride is so much fun, and it's definitely a ride that is amazing. Nighttime, you gotta get a night ride if you're in the Universal area. The stall is absolutely amazing. Freaking the top hat. Top hat gives airtime. The first half gives airtime. The first half is actually really intense, filled with positives everywhere. Overall, it's a very fun ride, and definitely I recommend riding in the back row and the front row. You guys have to get out of here to Orlando to ride what I think is my favorite coaster of all time. So yeah, Orlando's best coaster? I think it's the world's best. But yeah, that is gonna be my top 25 favorite coasters of summer of 2021. I am heading out to New Jersey in a few weeks, so this will be kind of outdated by that point. But just wanted to show you guys what I think of my roller coasters I've ridden so far halfway through the year. This is really an amazing list, and I never even thought I would have ridden rides like I-305 already. And yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Some of the coasters on here are controversial opinions. I know people do rate I-305 not over Twisted Timbers, but I know people do. There's a couple controversial opinions, but overall, these are my top 25 coasters I've ridden. These are what I like in roller coasters. These are some of my favorite coasters out there. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you also share the video and when you like the video, it'll help beat the YouTube algorithm so this video gets out to more people. That's it for me, everybody. I hope you guys had an amazing time watching this video. Hope you guys liked the top 25. Tell me your guys' thoughts on the video down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.